Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to take a look at a very interesting Pokemon. We're going to have the double legacy variant of Rayquaza with both a Breaking Swipe as well as Dragon Ascent in the Ultra League. And this Pokemon is fairly rare to get because, of course, you had to go to an in-person Go Fest before, which I went to the London variant, as well as you're only going to get 2 meteorites from this one. I used one already for the Master League Pokemon, so I had like a 1/over for the Ultra League variant right now. But it's an insanely difficult move to get though, because afterwards, like, you don't really get any more of them. You can definitely still get some on the Global Go Fest, which is going to start soon as the opponent seemingly lagged out here right now for the beginning. That's totally fine while I still talk a little bit about the move. Yeah, you're definitely going to get one for the Global Go Fest. I don't think you even have to pay for it. I think you get it from a free research, which is kind of cool to see. But at least here we're going to still see the Dragon Ascent coming through. That's most likely why I put it in here as well, as this move is looking fairly decent. It's a better variant of Hurricane. I think it needs a little bit more energy, but also does a little bit more damage. But going to lower your defense by 1 stage, so that's definitely it. But let's take a look at an actual game here right now. Let's take a look at Sandslash against Registeel. I actually played this team before with Registeel in the lead, and I literally lost nearly every game with this team. And I'm totally honest with this one, this team didn't work out at all with Registeel in the lead. But as soon as I put in the Sandslash, I got more and more comfortable with this team. This team worked out way better, and I didn't even play every game perfectly fine either. And my final set with this team was a 5-0, which was really cool to see. So yeah, this team definitely can still work out super well right now. You just shouldn't go for the Registeel in the lead. Or like, if you go for the Registeel in the lead, you kinda are forced to go for Flash Cannon, which I didn't want to go onto because you kinda want a Focus Plus Flash Cannon, and you have to get rid of the Zap Cannon, which is just a better move in general. So yeah, and also, like, Zap Cannon is, of course, going to be Legacy, so you don't really want to get rid of this move anyway. So it's a little bit awkward, and so I definitely decided to go for my Sandslash, and it was so much better. Honestly, Sandslash was such an upgrade over Registeel, allowing you to hit the Giratina way harder, because you don't have Flash Cannon on the Registeel, you cannot really hit Giratina, which I encountered so often as lead, and like, this makes everything so much easier. For example, yeah, like you see Giratina in the lead. This is exactly where we want to face it as well, but honestly, our entire team is fairly decent against Giratina. They're going to make a great catch onto the Scissor. It was kind of necessary for me to go straight for the charge move, but I will be able to just go ahead and go for the Breaking Swipe against them, allowing me to survive a Night Slash fairly easily, and I can farm down afterwards, realigning my Pokemon, as well as getting a debuff onto the Giratina, which is most likely coming in afterwards. So this is totally fine for me, as we will see now the Giratina coming in next, and we can still go for the Breaking Swipe. Going to get the defense, not the defense drop, the attack drop here, of course, onto them, as well as you're going to get the shield, which is amazing for us, as now they're still in range for just 1 Ice Punch, and we can take a Shadow Ball here right now. You see me swapping out immediately because I know that my Rayquaza is still going to be decent against them, and whatever they have in the bag, I want to get some debuffs on them. It's going to be a Magnezone. This is not what I expected what they have in the bag. I expected them to have the Escavalier in the bag because this is a team that I showcased before, but no, they're going to have the Magnezone in the back here, which is going to be a little bit awkward, but thanks to Breaking Swipe, which is honestly, in my opinion, the most broken charge move in the game right now, we will be able to win this game here, as they are going to now have to go head-to-head against the Sandslash. They don't have energy. I don't have energy really from the beginning, but we're just gonna go for a full farm down. But yeah, Breaking Swipe, honestly, most likely the most broken charge move in the game. I might do a charge move tier list video as well eventually. Not this season anymore, because the season is only like 2 more weeks, basically 2 more Tuesdays are left there, and the next one going to be for the Go Fest spawns. Global Go Fest spawns going to be for tomorrow, so definitely stay tuned for that tier list video, as well as for the next one afterwards will be most likely for the upcoming meta changes or something like this. We will see, like, the next week in general going to be more preparing for the upcoming season, as we're only going to have Master League as well as the Catch Cup, which of course is not really ideal. So definitely an interesting one here, but we will see now the next opponent running, I think it was most likely a Triple Fairy team or something, but we have the very annoying Wigglytuff here, a Pokemon that I actually thought of building as well, but I kind of want to save my Stardust for the upcoming season. But I have a 100% variant of Wigglytuff that I could build for the Ultra League, and it's definitely fairly decent in this current meta, as you will be able to completely destroy Giratina, and Giratina is nearly everywhere, so that definitely does make sense. But can still our Rayquaza come back from this? We can go for the full farm down. They don't have shields left, and they're going to have a Ferrothorn in the back, actually. Can we knock them out with just one Dragon Ascent? We will find out shortly here. I thought that they might want to swap out, so I waited for a little bit. We just barely missed out. We needed one more Dragon Tail there. And if I actually went for another Dragon Tail and then went for a CMP tie, I would have been able to win this game, which is so sad. So, yeah. Kind of annoying there, but let's take a look at the next game right now. We're going to have a Giratina against us in the lead again, which is going to be okay for us, so we can just stay in, go for the Ice Punch spam. I don't want to swap out because counter is going to be resisted, and this matchup in general is going to be something that we usually win. You see me using a shield here because I expected that they have the Shadow Force here right now, which is amazing for us because this is going to be just a Dragon Claw, and we're gonna get out of this matchup with the switch advantage as well as a ton of energy, like 70 energy or something like this. So this is going to be amazing. Let's see what comes back in afterwards. We're going to see, oh god, it's going to be Escavalier right now against us. I'm gonna go straight for the Breaking Swipe, which will drop the opponent's attack, allowing me to survive the next charge move, most likely even. But I'm going to let this move go through. It's going to be just a drill run, and I should be able to reach another Breaking Swipe in time, which might force the shield or the knockout against the opponent. Let's see. They're going to let the move go through, and we're going to see the knockout coming in right now. We can go ahead and go into our Rayquaza, and Rayquaza can go for Breaking Swipe. Still, honestly, the best move in the game. Breaking Swipe, the fastest debuffing charge move, I think, in the game right now. It is just so strong, and honestly I like it though. I think it's a good move to have in general because you have it mainly on squishy Pokemon, and having a debuffing move on squishy Pokemon feels like it just balances out a little bit more. The meta right now is just so around bulk, and basically giving squishy Pokemon some bulk by using a charge move that either buffs their own defense or the opponent's attack, which is just really cool. So let's take a look here right now. We're going to see that we can try to go for a full farm down. I tried to troll a little bit here and try to go for another Dragon Ascent, but sadly they just died beforehand, so that's kind of annoying. But let's take a look at the next game. This is going to be a little bit of an awkward one, and I just don't like this matchup at all. Against other Sand Slashes, it's just always awkward. If they call the bait here, it's basically over already. But luckily they didn't call the bait, and we're going to be able to go ahead and go for our own shield here, which is going to be also an Ice Punch there, which is, yeah, a little bit annoying, but I can go straight for a Drill Run right now, which will allow me to get the shield from the opponent. I'm gonna call that this is another Ice Punch here right now, and I am correct. So like this, I have a shield advantage. I can swap out into my Hexers. I'm going to lose this shield advantage right now, but you know, we have an ABB style line, so we kind of want to get out the potential answer for Dragon-type Pokemon in the back, which in this case going to be the Tapu Fini. Earthquake, going to do a ton of damage against the opponent, and another Breaking Swipe. It sadly doesn't get through there, but they're forced to go for the Moonblast, and I should be able to go for a full farm down with the Shadow Claw down here with my Sand Slash, and this is going to be so nice for me. We will see the Sand Slash coming through from the opponent again, and now they're going to forfeit as they had most likely another Steel type in the back lurking around as they had so much energy left. This was amazing for us. Let's take a look at the next one. We're going to see the Galarian Wheezing against us. This is an awkward one, especially if they swap out, and I think they swapped out here, did they? They did swap out into the Tapu Fini. This is okay for us though, but we already have two Fairy type Pokemon against us. If you saw my video for the triple Fairy team, definitely a strong one as well. I think I released it yesterday only, so definitely check that one out. But we will be able to actually catch a move here onto our Hexlers, which is going to be amazing for me, as they're gonna go for another charge move. I thought this would most likely be the Moonblast, but just the Surf, and at least at this point of time, I think I can just farm them all the way down. This is just a Surf as well. I don't have to shield this. Oh, this is a mistake. This is definitely a mistake, especially if they're gonna swap into their Wheezing again, and hopefully they don't have Brutal Swing right now, and they have Brutal Swing, which is really annoying. At this point of time, this game is basically over already, because they have, of course, the Overheat still in the back, and my only play here right now is go for the Drill Run, stay in here, let them go for the Overheat, hope that they swap out, hope that they have something in the back that I can just farm on with my Rayquaza, and then go for a Dragon Ascent. But they stay in here anyway, and like this is basically game over as they staying in, as Brutal Swing doesn't do as much damage anymore, and they're actually going to swap out into a Flygon here right now. And can we get them into farm down range with this one? That would be amazing. Let's see. We cannot. We needed one more fast move. This is so annoying, but yeah, this is going to be a good game here. This was a little bit of an awkward one. I don't know, like definitely, I think I could have won it a little bit better in the secondary matchup there with the Hexorus. But yeah, I just wasted so much energy there because I didn't expect that they would run over, like the Brutal Swing, which you don't really run in this meta right now. Usually you see people running the Play Rough and Overheat variant, so I don't really expect Brutal Swing too often in this current meta. But yeah, we're going to see here the lead of Tapu Fini. This is most likely the biggest breaker for this team you might expect, but as you're going to see, it's actually fairly decent to play against it. We're going to be able to get some damage onto them here right now, and like this, we force either the shield or we're going to put them into range where we can even go for a counter down. But as you can see here right now, I'm just going to try to always catch the surf onto my Hexorus, allowing me to keep a ton of energy on my other Pokemon, getting a little bit of an energy advantage here with my Hexorus as well, and now going to be able to get the Breaking Swipe onto the Sand Slash. Getting the shield is amazing here right now, by the way. This is so important, as now I will be able to go into my own Sand Slash. This will be able to just go ahead and go for 4 fast moves here right now, and like this, I'm at 100 energy. I have a Drill Run here right now, going to knock them out. I still have energy left, and we're going to see the Giratina coming in right now. This is going to be very decent for us, but not as great either, because now we're going to have to rely on our Rayquaza, which is a squishy Pokemon, but still has, of course, access to Breaking Swipe, a better Dragon Claw, as we're knocking them out here right now. This is going to get the knockout for sure, and the opponent's Tapu Fini can only watch going down here by the Dragon Tail. Let's take a look at the next game. We're going to have a horrible lead of Hexorus in the lead. So, how do you play this one out? I honestly don't really know. You kind of want to get the opponent a little bit lower, that they're going to die into 3 Dragon Tail range from the Rayquaza, because you will not be able to flip the match up with your Hexorus here right now. There's no way of you flipping this one, so the best way is just go for 1 shield up the opponent's move, and just going to let the Hexorus go down. Wait out the switch clock here right now, very important. You're still switch locked into the Rayquaza. The opponent going to swap out right now, and it's going to be a tough one to come back from this one. But at least I can still go ahead and go for a Dragon Ascent, right? At least going to see the move again, and honestly, the damage output is insane. But in hindsight, I should have just either let the opponent go for a charge move first, because I don't think it would have knocked me out. Or, yeah, I don't know, like, this was not the smartest idea. I just wanted to troll around a little bit. Mostly I should have went for, like, a Breaking Swipe or something beforehand, so I survived it a little bit better. But now the opponent still has the Hexorus. I'm forced to let this move go through, and I have to hope that there's something in the back that I can beat with my low HP Sand Slash. And while it is a very good matchup for me, there's no way I can win this game. So let's take a look at the next one coming up. We're going to have the Giratina in the lead. A very decent lead for us, not like the Hexorus, which has counter, and we're going to see the swap into the Tapu Fini, which is amazing for us. As we said before already, this is exactly where we want to have the Tapu Fini, as this will allow us to just go ahead and catch another serve onto our good friend Hexorus. This is amazing for us, because we got the opponent so low that they're actually going to go for another serve here right now, which is kind of funny. But I will be able to go for a full farm down if I wanted to, but I'm going to try to go for the Breaking Swipe in time, and I will be able to knock them out with this. And this is going to be really good for me, but actually they're going to use a shield here. They just try to get the serve off so they get a shield from me. It does not matter at all, because I'm just going to get all of this matchup with a Breaking Swipe stored. They're most likely going to come back into their Giratina, and what I can do right now is I can go for the Breaking Swipe, get them lower, get this like nearly a knockout here, but they're going to actually swap onto the Escavalier. I would have went into my Rayquaza anyway, because I would have been able to farm down and go for a Breaking Swipe then. But here you see the beauty of Rayquaza. Just Breaking Swipe and Dragon Tail is enough to knock out the Escavalier basically already, as they're going to use like the forfeit button there, and we can move on into the final game of today's video. This is an awkward lead, because you can actually win this lead if you go for the Ice Punch bait and they don't call it. This is like the only way of really winning this one, but you have of course the super effective move of the Drill Run here, which will be very decent. And you see me making a huge mistake here. I should have swapped out basically immediately into my Dragon Pokemon in the back there, the Rayquaza, because I resist counter, and I actually can still take a Breaking Swipe, which I'm going to do here right now, but I kind of would have liked to have my Sand Slash still healthy in the back. So my play right now is letting everything go through, go into my own Hexorus, go for the full farm down, and like this, I'm going to be close to an Earthquake. I know that the opponent needs 6 more fast moves to get to the next charge move, so I'm going to count to 6, and interestingly enough, 6 is exactly what I needed to go for an Earthquake here right now. And in hindsight, I maybe shouldn't have done that, because I would have been able to overfarm by quite a bit to get to another Breaking Swipe here. And I could have just farmed them all the way down, had 2 Breaking Swipes stored, and I would have been in such a better spot. But it is fine, because the opponent throws his charge move, and this loses the game, because I got the extra free fast move in. This allows me to go for a Breaking Swipe. And this is going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to leave a like. Check out the videos on the screen right now, and I'll see you then. Bye bye.